All right, I'm ready. Are we live? All righty. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Nice to see a full house. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to call up South High School student Michael Suehiro.
Everyone, please place their right hand over their heart. Pledge of Allegiance, ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. All righty. Can I have someone make a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Excellent. All right, so report from closed session. The Board of Education ratifies its decision in closed session at the board meeting on January 17th, 2023 to petition the Superior Court to review and set aside the decision of the Commission on Professional Competence, CAH case number 2022-050076. The Board of Education in closed session voted as follows: 5 ayes, no nays, to approve the following this didn't say that. All right, well, I'm going to go off script because it's not an administrative appointment. To approve the decision that was previously discussed on case number 2022-050076 unanimously. Is that okay? Covers it? Great. Now we can do the Board of Education in closed session voted as follows: 5 ayes and 0 nays to approve the following administrative appointment effective August 15th, 2023. James Hall, high school assistant principal assigned to Torrance High School. James Hall currently serves as a high school assistant principal with Covina Valley Unified School District, a role he has been in since August 2021. In his time there, James worked to build a culture of achievement and a safe environment for students to thrive. Previously, he served as an athletic director and teacher from July 2011 to July 2021 with Vista Unified School District, and a teacher with Douglas County School District from August 2004 to July 2011. While in those roles, James proved to be an effective leader both inside and outside of the classroom, with a dedicated approach to his work and a passion for education. James earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree in history from California State University Northridge in August 1993 and a Master's of Arts degree in history from the University of San Diego in August 1999. We'd like to welcome James to Torrance Unified School District.
Thank you, Board President, Dr. Gerson, the rest of the board, Superintendent, Dr. Stowe, the rest of the cabinet. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here at Torrance. When I took the job at Covina a couple years ago, I accepted the job on one day. The next day, Torrance called me to interview, and I'm a really loyal person. So my fiance Angie is here. I told her I couldn't not accept the job at Covina after doing it and go interview, but I told her hopefully one day I'll get the call again. Right. And so the job opened up, applied, and I got the call. So I'm really excited. I've only heard great things about Torrance. That's one of the reasons why I was looking at trying to come to Torrance. Everybody has been so nice since I've been here. I'm really excited to get going. I want to say thanks to Kareem also for bringing me to be a part of his team. I couldn't be happier. As I said, my fiance Angie's here. Awesome, supportive person. Love her to death. Hopefully you guys will get to know her. One of her daughters, Kira, is here, the 11-year-old. So they're here to support me. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We're happy to have you. The Board of Education in closed session voted as follows. Ayes 5, nays 0 to approve the following administrative appointment effective August 15th, 2023. Maria Cuadros Solis, Middle School Assistant Principal, assigned to Magruder Middle School. Maria Cuadros Solis currently serves as the Director of Curriculum and Instruction with the School of Arts and Enterprise, a role she has been in since August 2018. During her tenure, Maria worked with a positive and collaborative leadership style to develop curricular programs to best serve a diverse population of learners. Previously, she served as a high school principal from July 2021 to July 2022 and an assistant principal for grades 6 through 12 from July 2018 to July 2021. With the School of Arts and Enterprise. While in those roles, she demonstrated a strong dedication to supporting both teachers and students by creating new teacher training initiatives and reestablishing a positive behaviors interventions and supports program. Prior to that time, Maria served as a curriculum and instruction specialist with Santa Ana Unified School District from August 2016 to July 2018, a science teacher with McFadden Institute of Technology from August 2014 to August 2016, Green Dot Public School from August 2010 to August 2014, and the Los Angeles Unified School District from August 2007 to August 2010. Maria earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Science Education and Community Health Education from California State University, Long Beach in June 2007, and a Master's of Arts degree in Education from California State University, Long Beach in June 2013. We'd like to welcome Maria to the Torrance Unified School District.
Thank you. I am incredibly honored to be here. I was able to pick one person to come with me. Thank you, Shelley, for allowing me to bring a guest. My daughter, she's 10 years old, and I think this is not only a gift and a next step and journey for me, but also for the future of my family, and really grateful to have her here with me. Thank you, members of the board. Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Stowe. Thank you, Executive Cabinet. Thank you, community, for being here. And thank you, Keely, for holding my hand through the process. I'm really blessed to even have the opportunity to come back to the district that made me who I am today. I started at Yukon Elementary, went to Edison just because our location changed. Went to Magruder myself, so I'm an alumni. I get to serve the community where I attended. And I'm also an alumni to North. I played varsity soccer, so I'm a big fan of the athletic programs, all 4 years with Mizzy. I also went on to Cal State Long Beach because a couple of my teachers went off to teach there. So I'm a big fan of mentorship and following strong paths of leadership. Once again, thank you for allowing me to be here. And if anyone wants to know a little bit more about how Dr. Stowe teaches, come talk to me. It was my 8th grade social science teacher. So once again, thank you, everybody.
Welcome. We're happy that you could return to your alma mater. All righty, let's see. Staff presentations and information. There's nothing tonight. That's good. Public hearings. So 9.1. Agenda item 9.1, public hearing and board's initial response to the Service Employees International Union Local 99's initial proposal for 2023 through 2024. The Service Employees International Union Local 99 initial proposal for 2023-2024 was submitted at the regular meeting of the Board of Education held on July 17, 2023. Copies of the proposal have been available online as attached to the meeting's agenda and in the Human Resources Department for review by the public. A public hearing will be held on the Service Employees International Union Local 99 initial proposal for 2023-2024 at this time. Is there any public comment related to the Service Employees International Union Local 99 initial proposal for 2023 through 2024? Is there anyone online? All righty. We hereby accept the Service Employees International Union Local 99 initial proposal for 2023 through 2024 as presented and refer the Service Employees International Union Local 99 initial proposal for 2023-2024 to the board's representative for negotiations. Agenda item number 9.2, public hearing and board's initial response to the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to the Service Employees International Union Local 99 for 2023 through 2024. The Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to Service Employees International Union Local 99 for 2023-2024 was submitted at the regular meeting of the Board of Education held on July 17th, 2023. Copies of the proposal have been available online as attached to the meeting's agenda and in the Human Resources Department for review by the public. A public hearing will be held on the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to Service Employees International Union Local 99 for 2023-2024 at this time. Is there any public comment related to the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to Service Employees International Union Local 99 for 2023-2024? Is there anyone online? All righty. We hereby accept the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to Service Employees International Union Local 99 for 2023-2024 as presented, and refer the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal for 2023 through 2024 to the board's representative for negotiations. All righty. The Board of Education welcomes input from the public. Speakers wishing to address the Board of Education on non-agenda topics have completed the appropriate submission form to the district website or in-person speaker card. Time allotted for public comments on non-agenda items is limited to 3 minutes per comment and for a total of 30 minutes. A speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another. Are there any physical cards? Mrs. Morse? Anyone online? All righty. Discussion action items. Speakers wishing to address the board on agenda topics have completed the appropriate submission form on the district website or in-person speaker card. Time allotted for public comments on agenda items for this is also limited to 3 minutes per comment. Time allotted for each agenda item is 30 minutes per topic. A speaker may not relinquish his or her time for another. Do we have any cards? Do we have anyone online? Excellent. 11.2, appoint 2 board members to the TUSD Labor Management Coalition. Would you like to discuss, who would like to introduce that topic?
I'm happy to, Dr. Gerson. Thank you. Good evening, board members. We're establishing a TUSD Labor Management Coalition. This is based on some of the work that several of us learned about at a conference earlier this summer. We spent a couple of days with some TUSD bargaining team members, as well as some of the labor partners with TTA and CSEA. And so our intent is that we bring together all of our different labor partners, including SEIU and representatives from the Association for Torrance School Administrators, 2 board members, and really intended to work collaboratively to identify and solve problems before they become bigger issues, to develop trust and relationships among each other, to be able to talk about things away from the bargaining table that affect the lives of our employees, and make sure that we're doing everything that we can collectively to ensure the success of our staff, our students, and our community. And so we think this is going to be something very positive, and we're going to be able to probably meet quarterly as a group of 16 people. There may be subgroup meetings periodically, depending on what's going on, but really just a way to collaborate and talk about some of the issues that are going on in TUSD and solve problems.
Thank you. So the last 2 committees we created were first the low footprint committee and smaller footprint committee. Thank you. And then we have our student board member committee. And so Mrs. Park and Mrs. Liu did those last 2. So I'm going to, if it's okay with the 2 of you, look to the other 3 of us to pick up some. Yeah. I know I would like to participate. I'll turn to you first, Dr. Muhammad as clerk. Do you have a feeling on whether you'd like to participate or not?
Thank you, President Gerson. I would actually like to participate in this one. I serve as a HR administrator at another school district. I work with employee association groups, so it would definitely be something I'd be interested in. If there's a way for me to give back, then I would like the board's permission to participate in this committee.
Mr. Han, are you interested in this one? or-
I'm interested as well on this. I think because of the fact that, just going to the future, there are concerns that I have regarding where things will go with AI as well as the budget. And so I think those are two big prerogatives I think that need to be addressed. And so I think that just working on certain things, I would like to be on this committee as well. So
How do you think we should resolve this one? 3 for 2 spots. I'm looking to the two of you.
Oh,
For-
I was trying to think do we vote? I'm not quite sure. I was planning on nominating Dr. Mohammed because of his expertise in this area, and I feel like we would be well represented. And so, but I don't quite know how to go about.
Well, because of my role as a teacher, I feel like I would bond well if this is to create positive relationships with them for when things turn difficult, like should a recession come soon, having a good trusting relationship is important. Mrs. Liu, do you have an opinion?
I actually felt the same way when I heard that Dr. Mohammed just now said that he's interested. I thought he would be perfect because he knows the most about labor and dealing with employment from the 5 of us. And so I thought that he would be appropriate for it. And for School Board Member Han, I think you would be great too, but you're also very busy with many other committees, especially Southern California Rock. And that I know takes up a lot of your time. So I think this time maybe I would probably have a slight preference towards Dr. Mohammed, just to spread out the leadership positions.
So we have one person.
I'll just defer. I think it's fine. I think Dr. Gerson, since he's president anyways, that it'll be good to, as the leader of the board. So I will just defer to Dr. Gerson.
Thank
And
you.
Dr. Mohammed, obviously, no brainer. That's a given. Yeah.
That's very gracious of you. Thank you.
And just if I may, I mean, this is something that when we have our reorganization meeting in December, it may be that, you know,
Yes.
the different people get on different things. Certainly we like the consistency of the committees from, year to year, but I do understand that you all want to be involved in lots of different kinds of things. And
This
so
board has added more committees than I think any
Right.
previous board ever.
there's a lot of opportunity for involvement.
All right, are we satisfied? Satisfied. Okay, thank you. The next one is also exciting. Appointment of student board members for the 2023-2024 school year. Typically, so the public knows.
Can you go back to that last one and just do a vote
Oh, you want to
for
vote?
the 2 representatives?
Okay, so the motion is Dr. Gerson and Dr. Mohammed to this committee. Second, anyone?
Seconds.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Excellent.
Thank you.
No problem. So historically, the ASB president has served a quarter. So each high school, having 4 of them and 4 quarters in a year, we see a president fill a spot. But we really wanted something that was more directed toward being a board member, maybe someone who has political ambition, wants to study political science more, wants to interact with someone like Mrs. Liu and Mrs. Park more, with all the work that they do, and to see who really from the student body wanted to do it. So the 2 members of the committee who selected and can give us information are Mrs. Park and Mrs. Liu. So I will turn it over to the 2 of you to talk about the process and who you've brought before us today.
You can go ahead
Oh, yeah.
first.
Yes. So this is something that I think the board has felt very strongly about, is that TUSD, we exist because of our students. So it for me, it's only logical that student voices are represented in the board's decisions and in the decisions that affect your education, your opportunities, environment that you spend most of your days in. And so I'm very excited to have out of 35 applicants, it was a highly competitive process. We were able to select one one student, one representative from each of our high schools to serve as student board members for this coming year. And Mrs. Liu and I know that Mrs. Liu will also comment later, but we were incredibly impressed by not only their experiences, how articulate they were, but really their hearts for their fellow students, especially students who may have needs that are not currently being prioritized or maybe addressed in the right way by the district. And so we are really, really excited to be able to welcome our 4 students. And I don't know if who's going to be saying the names, but I guess I will be saying the names. And we really are we're hopeful that you're going to be able to provide us with really valuable insights into the needs and concerns of students in TUSD and be able to make sure that our decisions are reflective also of what is in the best interests of students in the district. And so,
Are you gonna do it one at a time so they can
yes.
come up and
Well, if we're
least
going to do that, I would
introduce
like to have Mrs. Liu also be able to
go back and
speak.
forth?
Yeah.
What I'd like
I
to
just-
see is you don't have to give a long speech, but to have each of them come up, name, school, and maybe just one reason or two why you want to do this or something special that you want to bring. Anything you want to say that you would like your first comment on public record to be, not to put any pressure on you, but here's your chance.
So, well, I want to say that welcome. You are the inaugural class of the Torrance Unified Student Board members. You're it. So you better do a good job so that this can continue. No, but kidding aside, I had earlier requested for the idea of having a student board member, one or more student board members for our board, because I heard about it at the California School Board Association presidential workshop. And also I've met several other student board members from other school districts. Yeah, the idea sounds wonderful to me. I'm very glad that we're able to finally implement it now. And I think our board is especially happy to have you guys come because it helps in one of our goals of having more meaningful student leadership positions that we want to offer. And like Dr. Gerson was saying, I can envision someone who is more outspoken, who can represent their schools, but can also keep in mind the interests of all the students of the school district. So if, not only suggesting things that pertain to only their school, but since we're such a large school district, you really have to think about what's best for all the students in the district. And I'm just very happy to see you guys here. And finally, each one of you will name you all off in a little bit, but thank you ahead in advance also for the time commitment that you're going to be putting in, the amount of energy and representing the voices of the students at your schools and at other schools within our school district. And any ideas, perhaps if you see good ideas like I did about the student board member or other good ideas from other school districts, ideas that you come up with your own that can better all the students in our school district would be wonderful. Please feel free to speak up. School board member Park and I spent a lot of time this interviewing you and discussing about you guys after our Zoom interviews. And we're also very happily surprised that there are so many applicants applying from each school. Each one of the schools have about the equal number of applicants. And despite the short notice for this inaugural year and the long application with many questions, you guys did a great job. You're here today because you gave very meaningful answers in your written application. You gave wonderful interviews and you let Member Park and I get to know you better and see why you are applying for this position. It is my hope that in the future, you might think about going to politics or at least being in civic engagement as you move on and pass your education. So now we'll announce the
Would
students.
you like to go ahead to the honors? Yeah.
Okay, I'll go in the order of it being listed. I'll list
You
the
want to go
first
back
two.
and forth? 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Introduce the first one.
Okay, our first one's from North High School. Congratulations, Francesca Dobbins. Where are you? Yay.
Come on up.
Please come up and just say a few words, introduce yourself to the rest of the board and the cabinet.
Hello, I'm the North High representative. My name is Francesca Dobbins. I'm currently a junior at North High School. I have two main goals as a student board member I hope to accomplish this year. Firstly, being to create a diverse and equitable community within TUSD. And secondly, to ensure that every single TUSD student voice is, they feel heard and represented. I'm very excited to work with all of you as well as my fellow student board members. I can't wait to see what this year holds.
Thank you. Next.
Okay. I'd like to, from South High School, congratulate Michael Hero.
Thank you, Ms. Park. Thank you to all members of the board. Thank you, Superintendent Stowe, and all members of the cabinet for this wonderful opportunity. I'd like to thank my parents, my family. I would like to thank my schools, my principal, Mr. Evans. I would like to thank all students that have pretty much looked up to me, that I look up to them as well, to represent them here in this room and outside of this room as a student board member, as a student athlete, and as a Boy Scout. I look forward to all the challenges that we all faced and that we'll all work together to do what's best for our students and create a wonderful learning environment for everybody here, all our children, all our future children, and really just have a wonderful school year, better than all the other ones I've had in the past. Thank you.
Mrs. Liu, next.
Yes, from Torrance High School. We have seen this very active student member around here in board meetings. Congratulations, Selahan. Please come up and say a few words.
President Gerson, the members of the board, Dr. Stowe and cabinet. I couldn't be more excited to be here today as chosen to be one of your next student board members. Like Mrs. Liu, I also went to a conference back in November and I learned all about student board members across the state of California. And I couldn't be more excited for us to be implementing this program my senior year in high school and being a part of something so special as this. I think student voice is just so important in not only creating ownership for students themselves about what they want to see in their district and their school and their lives, but just in general for them to know more about the civic engagement and ways they can get involved in the community. And so I'm just so excited to be here today and to be with my fellow student board members on this journey and to pave the path for what student voice could look like in TUSD. I'm a senior at Torrance High School, but I'm not only going to be representing Torrance High, but also the rest of the district. And I can't wait to take a part of that as well. So thank you guys so much for this opportunity and for Mrs. Liu and Mrs. Park for spending time with us and getting to know us throughout the process. I couldn't be more excited to work with you all.
Last but not least, from West High School, congratulations, Leah Ho.
Hi, good evening. My name is Leah Ho, and I will be a junior this fall at West High. I want to thank you guys for this opportunity to represent West High and the student voices and student body here today. Something I'm looking forward to is, connecting with my fellow student peers and also the school administration, school district. And I'd like to also find a tool to sort of provide consistent feedback from the student community so we can hear what the student body has to say and not only maybe some representatives. So thank you. And I'm looking forward to working with you this year.
Thank you. We're very excited that you've undertaken this journey. You're going to find things about board meetings that are weird. Like, for example, when people speak on non-agenda items, we all have opinions and we're not allowed to give them. And so listening, during those parts when they're standing there going, and give me your answer. And I'm like, legally, I can't give you the answer because it's not agendized and I can only discuss agendized items. So it's a little awkward. But at the end, board members get to make a comment. And so then we get to say whatever we want at the very end of the meeting. And so each of you will have that opportunity to provide unique insight to something that may not be on the agenda, but you can still share and bring up with everyone that maybe we'll want to discuss on a future agenda. The only other thing I'm going to say is that preparation is the best part of learning the agenda, learning what's on it, and being prepared with what comments that you're going to want to bring. I assume that Dr. Stowe will open it up to the student board members at the same time the board gets access to it, so they can go over it.
Yes, Gerson, we'll talk about logistics.
Okay.
Coming up here right after school starts, we'll get the students together with Ms. Park and Ms. Liu and myself to kind of talk about meetings and schedules and things like that. But I do want to commend Ms. Park and Mrs. Liu for the time they spent over the summer reviewing the applications and doing all that. The interviews. As I looked at them, it would have been very difficult to make those decisions. And so I know they struggled with that as well. And just want to thank all the students for applying. We got honestly more applications than I thought we would get, which is a testament to the student body that's here and the desire to be involved. I also want to recognize Shelley Morse for all of her work in coordinating and getting the applications ready, and just thank the high school principals, all 4 of them here tonight, to support the students. So thank you.
Yes, I was going to say that too, because it's amazing, because you see, Torrance High, North High, South High, West High, and the adult school, all of our secondary and adult principals sitting there in the back representing, and it was wonderful. Thank you all for being here, and not just supporting your students, but because I see you guys a lot, and we do appreciate you being here. And I know that some principals are even online now listening and watching, probably nervous at what some board member might say and how it affects them, but we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mrs. Liu, for your work, and thank you, Mrs. Park, for the work that you did. And I'm very excited to see what we get out.
Mhm.
Dr. Mohammed, would you like to make any comments?
Just that, this board on numerous occasions has emphasized student voice. This initiative is a direct result of that. And my 2 colleagues, Ms. Park and Ms. Liu, have spent a lot of time. It was very difficult, I know, to narrow it down to the 4 that we have before us today. So just keep up the great work. Stay engaged with us. We will be engaged with you in the board meeting. We'll be asking for your input, your feedback, your thoughts on certain, matters. And, we hope that you'll be able to provide that, and just stay in touch. And if there's anything we can do to help assist in this process, let us know. You will be paving the way forward for what this looks like in the years to come. So we're excited as you are. And so just congratulations and keep it up. Thank you.
Mr. Han?
Yeah, again, we're so delighted to have all 4 of you on as our inaugural student board class. And so one of the things I just want to suggest to all of you is don't be afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion on behalf of the students. I know it can be nerve-wracking, but my daughter, she'll talk back to me anyway. So it's okay. Just get used to it. And so she'll show the way. Just be opinionated. Just share your thoughts. That's what we want to hear. That's why you're here. So don't be afraid. You're chosen for a reason. And we think that Ms. Park and Ms. Liu did a great job of picking you forward, and they believe that you will be that best voice for the students. So we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say. And so it should be a great year.
Thank you so much. Alrighty. 11.4, approval of recommended salary schedule changes based on the results of. Oh, we need to vote. We need to approve it? I thought they just saw
So
that.
motion to approve these 4 students to be the student board reps.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, there, now it's official. Even though they're already
You can
on,
go home if you
they're
want
already
to.
on the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. 11.4, approval of recommended salary schedule changes based on the results of salary equalization study by Ewing Consultants. So we've been waiting for this ever since we started the equalization project. And this is the last bit of classified data that we're waiting for. So what we do tonight will totally complete our salary equalization project. It will bring the employees will have benefited by a total of 8.6% increase in compensation for the 22-23 year. And the fact that we could do this, so every employee got at least 6%. And that extra 2.6 was to improve by fixing inequities, whether it's by job classification or cell and salary schedule. So it's been a lot of work, a long project. The entire line here on the side here have worked countless hours on it. And I want to thank all of you for the work that you've done. And I know the employees thank you. And I want to thank this board because this couldn't have happened without the commitment of the five of us, that when we had that money, that we used it for this purpose to make sure that it went back to our employees in this way. So I hope all of our employees enjoy that raise, and that money was helpful, especially in this time of increased inflation, and it helped. So would anyone like to make a discussion before we make a motion? Anyone want to say anything? Anyone want to make the motion?
So moved.
No. I'll second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Congratulations. All righty. 11.5 is a call for nominations for California School Board Association, CSBA directors at large. So there's a director at large for African American, a director at large for American Indian, and then county board members. So I didn't know if any of you knew of someone who fit within those categories that you would like to nominate, but any member board can nominate. Would anyone like to put forth any nominations for these director positions?
Would you like to be nominated for county?
I'm not a county board member. I'm local.
Oh, that's what it means. Okay.
Yeah,
You're like in a
The five of us, actually, we don't, none of these apply to us.
Okay.
Unless you're somewhere American Indian there that I didn't know
Well,
about, yeah.
the African-American director at large, Betty Lusk, the second most popular Betty, I think, among school board members next to our own. She actually moved up to, is it vice president? And so in CSBA, so that opened up that position. But as a director, they sit and sit on the executive board and advise CSBA. So I don't have any nominations, so
No.
we can move on. All right. Now we reach the consent agenda. Would anybody like to pull any items?
I'd like to pull 18.17.
All right. Mohammed pulls 18.17. Would anyone else like to pull anything? All right. Can I have a motion to approve all the others?
I move to approve the consent agenda except for 18.7.
17.
17.
18.17.
18.17.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Excellent. So we'll go to 18.17. Dr. Mohammed.
Thank you so much, President Gerson. Just every now and then, I'd like to recognize and just all the donors in the community who give to our district and contribute in different ways. We have PTSAs, we have nonprofits, we have business partners, and you'll see the list that goes down on the agenda. And I just wanted to encourage the public to take a look at that because we do have some very strong groups that support the district from whether it be Education Foundation, PTSA, or our nonprofits and business partners that we have in the community. So thank you for your donation. Thank you for your contribution to our district. And with that, those are my closing comments. Thank you.
Would you like to make the motion?
I move to approve 18.17.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Excellent. Moving on. I have no CSBA report. Is there a LAXA report, Mrs. Liu?
No, Your Honor, there's not.
I love it when you do that.
Little tired. Sorry. No, President Gerson, they haven't started yet, but they will soon.
Do we have a SoCal Rock?
Just a quick one. We're still looking for 7-Eleven committee members from Torrance, parent, businessman. So if you're willing to be a 7-Eleven committee member for SoCal Rock, we're still looking for someone like that. And then we have our governance meeting this Saturday. We're going to be doing what we did when we did our governance. So same thing with SoCal Rock. We're doing a whole governance thing, as well as talking about strategic vision for the center as well. And so a lot of exciting things are happening there.
Excellent. Kind of went left to right. Let me go from right to left. Mrs. Park, would you like to do comment?
Good, actually, today.
Mr. Hahn, would you like to do comment?
Just a couple of things. So number one is, again, I think one of the biggest issues for our district is, I think for the cabinet is to really address this year that we have to really focus on is chronic absenteeism. And I think that's a big issue for us because of the fact that obviously the LA Times article just came out regarding this issue, highlighting every district about increase of chronic absenteeism. And obviously if the kids are not in school, they're not learning. And so that's going to affect our scores. So that means that we really have to, I think, really buckle down and address and see what strategy are we going to implement or what do we need to do in order to help this issue. And again, because it affects our ADA, I think that's another reason why. Obviously it affects our budget. And so I think this is a big concern. And obviously it's all over the news now regarding this issue. So something that I would like us to kind of focus on and to think about just going forward. Second is that today we got an email regarding the Metro Pass. And I know that we had a discussion about this. I would like to make sure that everyone knows about it, that if you would like to have a bus pass, there's an opportunity for all your students to get the bus pass. But on our district side, I would like to know if we can track this. I think one of the things I regret not saying last time was rather than having us pay for all of them, I think it would have been better if we just paid for every student that wanted one, because that would have been a lot cheaper. I really don't think we're going to get 22,000 kids signing up for a bus pass again. So I think that's a concern. So my thing is if we can track this, I think it would be good information that we have. I don't know how we're going to track this, but again, if we're going to spend $65,000, I think it's prudent for us to make sure that we at least keep track and kind of figure out like what is the metric for this so that we know about what we are spending going forward. And then last of all, not least, this summer has been a very interesting summer regarding school boards. And one of the biggest issues that has been addressed in school board meetings is the issue of parent voice. I know today we made a lot about student voice, and I think that we have to hear the student voice. But I think my concern now is that watching these school boards over the summer, I think there is a legitimate argument about the importance of parents having a voice. It is in my opinion that voice has been hindered, and I think that voice has been hampered by our state. I think parents have a right to know what is going on in the life of their students. And again, I understand that we are limited by law. But I think that, you know what, as much as we want to advocate for students, I think it's very important for parents to speak up so that we can know what your concerns are for your children as well. And I think one of the best ways that you speak on behalf of your kids is that when you vote for the people that will have your voice. Just as much as these students to have these representatives to be their voice, we are your voice as well. And so I think it's important that we kind of think about how do we want to have that voice going forward. It's an issue that is going to be a huge issue going into the next election. But I think that we as a district have to be aware of this, and we have to be collaborative and to figure out how can we balance these voices so that we know what is best for our district. And so those are kind of the issues that I would like to address going forward to this year. But last but not least, school starts a couple weeks, so we want to wish everyone a great school year. We're excited for the teachers. We have the Teacher Institute been going on. Today started today and starting tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that. We really want everyone to have a great year. We're excited for all the administrators. We're excited for our new APs today. It's going to be a great year. And so we wish all of you the very best. Thank you.
Dr. Mohammed. Thank you. Mrs. Wu, do we have some anniversaries?
Yes, we have one anniversary. So this makes a very special anniversary for Seema Tandon, who works at Victor Elementary School. Thank you, Seema, for your 10 years of public school service. And that's the only one for this month, I guess. And there'll probably be more next month. And I also want to say happy back to school. I hope everyone is prepared. If you have not yet, please go out there and prepare yourself before the supplies are out at the stores. So thank you also to the cabinet, administrators, teachers, and support staff out there for preparing for this. Have a great, wonderful start. Thank you.
With the new school year starting today, we Zoomed with our international student coming from Spain, and with him and his family because he arrives on Friday. And so, very excited for the start of the new year and Dad was asking, about school supplies and we're like, Aurora is waiting to go shopping with him. So hopefully everything won't be sold out by the time he comes. Also looking forward to the new Teacher Institute and meeting the teachers tomorrow. So that will be fun. But my big thing is, so, we had a visit from Hsinchu City, Taiwan, and from Tsinghua University. And it was nice hosting them. They brought gifts. And so I wanted to share them with you. They brought a shirt. So the shirt, I was told, has the city name on it. Mrs. Liu.
Oh, no, it's okay.
It's a pretty big t-shirt. All right. So they gave this lovely flash drive. Google probably gives you flash drives, but I thought this one was more special.
Not plugging this into any of my
And for the two gentlemen, they gave us some pastries. So I hope the two of you will. It is peanut. You don't have peanut allergies, right? Okay, I'll give that to the two of you to split and share. And so those are some of the gifts that they brought. So,
Thank you.
and they also brought a bag, but I gave it to the communications department to carry stuff out with. So there you go. All righty. So with that, tonight we adjourn in memory of retired teacher Billy D. Wright, retired nurse Dolores B. Anderson, and adult education custodian Rafael Pila. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned this evening. Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Isn't it cool?